Hi everyone, welcome to today's 5-minute philosophy video. And as always, I would like to start off by just adding a quick disclaimer that 5 minutes is not nearly enough time to get into and really understand and explain the nuances of yoga philosophy. But my intention with this video is to perhaps spark some curiosity in you, bring awareness to topic perhaps that you hadn't thought of in yoga, and perhaps it inspires you to look into it more and research and get into it more. And I will, as always, link to some really great resources down in the description box that further explain and get into the topic that we're talking about today, which is that yoga is more than asana. So this is something that I've been thinking about a lot, and it's at the forefront of my mind. And I think it's really important to understand that yoga is a vast world. A lot of times when we say, in modern day, when we say we practice yoga, most of us mean that we are doing asana, right? Which is the posture portion of yoga. But yoga is this really vast world, and it's much bigger than asana. What yoga is, so if we're looking at the definition of yoga as described in multiple texts, yoga means union, union of the self. And there's this really lovely quote in the Bhagavad Gita that describes yoga. It is the journey of the self through the self to the self. And the self is actually written with a capital S. It means it's like it's such a personal practice, and it's this journey of going really inward to yourself. That's more than just the outside and all the labels that you have, who you are, what you do, what your personality is. The capital S represents like who you are at the core. So just saying that alone is, it's wordy, it's heady, it's big, right? So that's what yoga is. And there are all these tools in the world of yoga that help us in this journey. And asana is one of them, right? You have the 8 limbs that Patanjali described. And again, the 8 limbs are a tool the 8 limbs are tools to get us on this path, on this journey of self-discovery, of union with ourselves, who we are at the very core, right? That is yoga. And I think it's important to understand that, and that helps us understand too that yoga is a lifelong practice. If you think about this journey, if you decide to get on this journey of self-discovery with yoga, it's a lifelong practice. And again, just like I said before, asana is one of the ways that we can get there, because what asana does is that it helps purify the body. It helps your body become limber and healthy, and it clears your mind using pranayama such that you get on this path, this journey of self-discovery. And that's what I wanted to briefly touch on today in our 5-minute philosophy. And the other thing is that there's also other types of yoga practices that you can do. So asana practice is one, but there are others, such as jnana yoga, which is the yoga of knowledge, where you kind of go through this self-discovery journey with immersing yourself in understanding and studying ancient texts and just philosophy. It's the pursuit of knowledge, right? Yoga through the pursuit of knowledge. There's jnana yoga. There's bhakti yoga, which is yoga of surrender, of prayer, where again you dedicate your practice to like a higher purpose, beyond just yourself. There's mantra yoga. Mantra yoga is the yoga of chanting, of creating positive vibrations and positive energy. There is Kriya yoga, which is a yoga of action, of service, perhaps to others, right? It's a very altruistic type of yoga. There is Tantra yoga. Tantra yoga is kindling of the inner kundalini, of the energy that's inside you, aligning all the chakras, right? That's Tantra yoga. In the Bhagavad Gita, again, Krishna, when he is talking to Arjuna about doing the right action, when Arjuna has to fight against his own family, Krishna describes karma yoga. And karma yoga is action without a solid, without, looking for that result. It's action without, looking for like a desire at the end. Oh, if I do this action, I'm going to get this at the end, right? It's just doing it's action for action's sake. So that's karma yoga. So there's all these different types of yoga that one can do and practice and be a part of in order to get to that, journey of self-discovery, spiritual path, and be on that path. And it's important for us to know that there are other options than just doing asana. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today and let you know and be aware of. And thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, for being here. And I will see you very, very soon. Thanks again. Bye.